Hey, YouTubers, this is the host with the most, Lee Joe, and just let's talk basketball. And it's been an interesting first half of the season. The All Star game was great. I actually very much enjoyed it. Wish I would have kept it taped, but I watched it live. I didn't tape it. I mean, I think that kind of ruins it a little bit. Not all the way, but I think that ruins it a little bit. But yeah, Zach Levine, he killed it. Seth Curry killed it in the 3 point contest. And it was just overall, it was a very, very good All Star weekend. It was very good. And I can't wait for the second half of the season. Not looking forward to the end of basketball or whatever. But it was pretty good. The Cavaliers have been proving me right. There's been a lot of injuries. I mean, Derrick Rose recently, Kevin Durant and Westbrook has both been injured, but Westbrook is coming on strong. The Forgot about the Dwight Howard injury, but the Houston Rockets has come on strong. It's going to be a very, very interesting fight in the West, and I couldn't be more lighted. I love to see good basketball, but the East, it's only a couple teams. The rest of them are, in my opinion, a little bit irrelevant. And I know that's hard to say about people's professions, but it is. It just simply is. A lot of Wizards. They're good. They're cool. They're entertaining to watch, but they're not going anywhere. The Heat have completely and utterly let me down. I expected the Cavaliers and the Heat to be in the finals. I don't know who's going to be in the finals with the Heat. The Hawks has been a very, very interesting story, especially with no superstar on that team. But I think they had like 3, 4 All-Stars that really didn't do much in the All-Star game because they're just not that type of talents. They fit together well as a team. They're going to win a lot of games. But as far as just great entertaining basketball players, they're just not that. You don't have no high jumpers. You just got a bunch of people who are fundamentally great and play good defense. And that's the way it should be. Don't get me wrong. I very much enjoy that type of basketball. The fundamental, the passing, the spacing. Nobody is a star above all the rest of them, that they're kicking it, doing whatever they can, but I just don't see them doing too. I don't see them beating Cleveland. I don't see them beating. Who else they got to play in the East? The Raptors beat them. So yeah, it's shaping up to be a pretty entertaining NBA season. It's not what I expected at all, and I don't truly believe that that's a bad thing. I think that that's a very honestly a good thing. And I just can't wait to see how the season unfolds. But the Cavaliers are looking like they are who I said they are. They're going to struggle a little bit. They're going to have a little issues getting it together. But sooner or later, it's going to click. And it has. LeBron James is past Scottie Pippen on the All-Star list for most assists for a forward. And I believe that's a great stat. I am an assist man. I'm sorry, I like seeing people score 40, 50 points, but if somebody has 20 assists, 15, 17, 20 assists or whatever in that category, that is more exciting to me than that just somebody. It shows more of a dominant, like, okay, you know what, this guy may not be dominating as far as scoring, but he's dominating. And Russell Westbrook looks like he's got it together. I've said a lot of negative things about Russell Westbrook, but he's getting his players involved, and he's actually playing like a true point guard. And it's exciting to watch. I've caught a couple Thunder games because I live in Kansas City, and I get all the Thunder games for free. I get some of the Chicago Bulls games, and it's been a joy to watch Derrick Rose, but he's out now, and I wish him the best. Who else we want to talk about? Anthony Davis been injured, but he was playing great. It's going to be an interesting playoff race for both sides to see who actually gets in, which I know the Thunder get in, which they're probably like 8th or ninth right now because they had a very slow start to the season. I thought the Heat would be one of the top players. They're not. Uh, it's going to be an interesting playoff race. It's going to be an interesting race to the playoffs. And I wish all the guys the best. I hope nobody gets injured. I don't want nobody to get injured. I want all the best chips playing for the playoffs and for the championship. So the Memphis Grizzlies. Forgot about the Memphis Grizzlies. They fly on the radar all the time. They're still strong. They still play like a fundamental basketball team. Conley is one of my favorite point guards because he don't do too much spectacular, but he got the handle, he got the assist, he got the leadership. And Memphis Grizzlies, they're probably going to get to the second, maybe third round, depending on who they got to play or whatever. The Clippers are kind of falling off a little bit. That's one of my best teams. Oh, Blake Griffin is injured, but he'll probably be back back in time for the playoffs or before the playoffs to kind of keep himself in rhythm. DeAndre Jordan has been playing well, but I want to see that from him all the time. I don't see him going balls to the wall all the time. So he just hopes that he gets it together and he plays as that center frontline guy like he's supposed to. The Golden State Warriors are a very good team, but they just don't have no big man to just dominate down low. They've made that primarily a guard, 3-point operating team. And I just think that they need to go back to roots a little bit, get a little bit more 2-pointers, feed the big man a little bit more. The Blazers are still relevant, even though they always fly underneath the radar. They'll probably get to the second round or whatever, depending on who they got to play. And just the East, it's just a lot of disparity there. It's a lot of unanswered questions with the East. That's why it's kind of hard for me to talk about the East because, to me, a lot of these teams are irrelevant. There's Cleveland. Who else? There's Washington. The Hawks are number one. Of course, we got to include them, but they're going to get to maybe the second, maybe the third round. It's probably going to be Cavaliers, Hawks, Eastern Conference Finals. But I don't. Cavaliers, Kyrie Irving, that's a bad boy. LeBron James facilitating. Kevin Love kind of starting to grow into himself a little bit. Understand that. Gotta push people around, man. You gotta do what you need to do to get where you need to go. And he shoot threes. He's shooting lights out threes. I just wish he would get back on the block and operate like I just loved when he did when he was in Minnesota. He shot threes as a kind of switch it up in the offense, but for the most part, he hammered it down low. He has this post game that's outrageous. And I think before it's all said and done, before the playoffs is all said and done, they're going to go to him with that. So, I'm going to see what happens. So, been talking for quite a while now. But it's a passionate, sorry for messing up that word, subject for me. Basketball, I love this time of year. It gets heightened. You got March Madness. You got the NBA. You get the playoffs in the heat of the summer. It's going to be legend. Wait for it. Dairy. It's going to be. It's always, every year, it may not turn out how you want, but it's always a good storyline when it comes to the NBA. And it is truly, truly deserving of America's best sports and the planet's best sports. It just, I get so excited and pumped up when I talk about basketball. I want to get on the court myself right now, actually talking like this. But it's been a very good NBA season. A lot of surprises, a lot of letdowns, a lot of stories here. But it's all good for basketball. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. Like my channel, subscribe, rate it, thumbs up. Until next time, people, you